¿Qué es la que hay, mi gente? I'm your boy, Master Cruz, with Virtual Math Masters and eCruz Learning, where it's just that easy. So today we're going to learn how to write the equation of a line given 1 point on a slope or 2 points. So the key here is that if they ask us for the equation of a line, this is what we want. We want at the end something in the form of y equals mx plus b, unless they ask us for something else. But this is going to focus on writing everything in slope-intercept form. So to write an equation of a line, any equation of a line, you need two things, always. You need a point and you need a slope. These are the two components to be able to write the equation of a line. So in example one, it's perfect because we have both. We have a point and we have a slope. So we can start writing the final answer, right? The final answer is going to look like this. The final answer is going to look like y equals 2 third x, because remember that slope is m. So this is m right here, but we don't know the y-intercept. We don't know the y-intercept. If we knew the y-intercept, we just write plus b, and b is the y-intercept, but we don't know it. So we have to find out what the y-intercept is. So for example one, this is what we do. We're going to use the equation that we know, and we're going to plug in all the numbers that we know. Now in a point is always x comma y. So all you have to do is replace them. Instead of y, I'm going to substitute y with 1. So this is going to be 1 equals, I already know what the slope is. The slope is 2/3. So I'm going to open a parenthesis right here, and I'm going to write down 2/3. Also, x is 2. So I'm going to multiply this times 2. Okay, so x is 2. You could put it in a parenthesis as well as you like. And this is going to be plus b. I do not know what b is. So now I have to solve for b. I have to simplify this and solve for b. Well, I have a fraction times a whole number. We don't like to multiply those. We put the fraction over 1. Sorry, the number 2 over 1, so that we could make it a fraction as well. And then we multiply top by top, which will give me 4, and bottom by bottom, which will give me 3. So the next step here will be that 1 equals 4/3 plus b. Okay. Now I want to get b by itself, right? So I want to get rid of the fraction. So the fraction is positive right now. This fraction is positive. So I am going to make it negative. And the way that I make this negative, actually, let's cancel the fraction first. Canceling the fraction is very easy. You just multiply by the denominator. So this is multiply times 3, multiply times 3, and multiply times 3. Every single term is multiplied by 3. 3 times 1 is just 3. These 3's cancel. The whole reason why you multiply times 3 is to cancel the fraction. So you're just left with the 4 plus 3b. b plus 3 is going to be 3b. Then I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides, because I want to cancel the number that does not have the variable. And that will give me that -1 equals 3b. We're almost done. We just have to divide everything by 3 to get b by itself. And that gives me that b equals -1/3, which is perfect, because if you recall, this is what I was missing. I was missing the b equals. So b is negative, and because b is negative, I'm going to bring it back up here, but instead of writing plus b, I'm going to write down -1/3. And this is the equation of the line. That is the equation of a line in slope intercept form. Sorry, in slope intercept form, when you're giving a point and a slope. Now, what happens if you're given 2 points? Because I said that you need at least a point and a slope to be able to graph it. When you're given 2 points, we're going to take a look at example 2. Example 2 has 2 points, no slope. But we need a point and a slope to be able to graph it and have y equals mx plus b. So the first step is to find the slope. We need to be able to find, oops, this is not writing. Here we go. Find the slope. Okay, so to find the slope, we're going to use the slope formula. M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Remember that the x's are always at the bottom because nobody cares about the x. So this is how I do this. The first step to use the slope formula, it takes 3 seconds to label the points, right? So a point is always x comma y. A point is always x comma y. The first point, I'm going to call it 1, 1 for x1, y1. And the second point, I'm going to call it 2, 2 for x2, y2. Hopefully you're familiar with this by this point. You've seen this before. So I have a fraction bar. This is how I always do it. There is a minus on the top and a minus at the bottom. So that's the first thing that I'm going to write. And then I'm going to substitute each corresponding number. So y2 here is 6. Y1 here is 3. X2 in the denominator is 2. And x1 is -4. So I have to put it in the parentheses and put the negative. Okay, this is important because when I'm going to simplify these two negatives, you can connect them and make a positive, because two negatives together will make a messed up plus sign with the parentheses when you connect them. So in reality, this is 6 minus 3, which will give you 3, over 2 plus 4, which will give you 6. And we can simplify top and bottom by dividing by 3, top and bottom. That is the greatest common factor, and that will give you 1/2. So I just found out that my slope is 1/2, which means I can start writing my equation. My final answer, which needs to look like y equals mx plus b, remember that, that's how the final answer needs to look like. I can already start writing it over here as y equals 1/2 x, but I don't know b. So I have to find out b. How can I find out b? Well, I'm going to do it the same way that I did it above. I'm going to choose one of these points. It doesn't really matter which one I choose. I like to choose points that have easier numbers or maybe positive numbers. So I'm going to choose this one, but it does not matter which one you choose. You could choose any of them. So I'm going to write y equals, sorry, I'm not going to write the y. I'm actually going to substitute because I already wrote it over here. So 6 is going to be y. So 6 equals the slope that I just found, 1/2. And then the x value that they gave me was 2. So I'm going to plug in 2 here, and then plus b, because I do not know b, and I'm going to solve for b. I'm going to find b. When I multiply 1/2 times 2, this is the same thing as me putting the 2 over 1. And if I do TBT over BBB, that's going to give me 2 over BBB 2, 2 over 2. And 2 over 2 will simplify to 1. So I bring down the 6, and 6 equals 1 plus b. Okay, 1 plus b. B is not by itself because it's being added by 1, so we got to subtract 1 from both sides. And this was going to give me 5 equals b. So this is what b is, which means I'm going to bring this all the way up here. And this time it's a positive number, so this is plus 5. And that is the answer. And it's just that easy. So this is how you write the equation of a line from 1 point on a slope and from 2 points. If you need additional help, please visit virtualmathmasters.com so we could help you in a personalized manner to help you succeed with your homework, test grades, and your school in general. This was Master Cruz with eCruz Learning, where it's just that easy.